जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना नन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Prabhupada Hare Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 15, section number 14, 15 and 16. So because 14, 15 doesn't have purport, we will be reading 16th verse. I'll just read verse and translation. We'll recite the 16th verse. Gayad gayantyam chitraradaha sugatir avarodhana iti trayaha putra bhabhuvush chitrarathat urnayam samrad ajanishta tata utkalayam maricher bindumatyam bindum anudapadyata tasmad saraghayam madhur nama bhavan madoho sumanasi viravratas tato bhojayam pramantu jagnate mantoho satyayam bhavanas tato दूषणायां त्वष्टा आजनिष्ठा त्वष्टुर् विरोचनायां विरजस्य शतजित् प्रवरं पुत्रशतं कन्या च विषूच्यां किल जातम्. Reading Sanskrit itself becoming quite tough now. Humbling oneself. So in the womb of Gayanti, Maharaj Gaya begot 3 sons named Chitrata, Sugati and Avarodhan. In the womb of his wife Urna, Chitrata begot a son named Samrat. The wife of Samrat was Utkala, and in her womb Samrat begot a son named Marichi. In the womb of his wife Bindumati, Marichi begot a son named Bindu. In the womb of his wife Saragha, Bindu begot a son named Madhu. In the womb of his wife named Sumana, Madhu begot a son named Viravrata. In the womb of his wife Bhoja, Viravrata begot 2 sons named Mantu and Pramantu. In the womb of his wife Satya, Mantu begot a son named Bhavana. And in the womb of his wife Dushana, Bhavana begot a son named Tvashta. In the womb of his wife Virochana, Tvashta begot a son named Viraja. The wife of Viraja was Vishuchi, and in her womb Viraja begot 100 sons and 1 daughter. Of all these sons, the son named Shatajit was predominant. So I will read text 16. So this is a dynasty coming from Priyavrata Maharaj, especially Bharat Maharaj. After the lineage of Bharat Maharaj is spoken, the sons and grandsons and great grandsons, etc. Tatrayam shlokaha Prayavratam Vamshamimam Prayavratam Vamshamimam Virajascha Ramodvabaha akarod atyalam kirtya, akarod atyalam kirtya, Vishnu suraganam yatha, Vishnu suraganam yatha, tatrayam shlokaha Priyavrtam vamshamimam Virajascharamoddhavaha akarod atyalam kirtya Vishnu suraganam yatha. Yeah, one Prabhuji, one Mataji. Tatrayam shlokaha Priyavrtam vamshamidam Virajascharamoddhavaha akarod atyalam kirtya Vishnu suraganam yatha. Mothers? Atrayam shlokaha akarod atyalam kirtya Vishnu suraganam yatha. Mothers? Word to word translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Dev ki jai. Shri Shri Nitai Gosundar Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Sudha Maharani ki jai. Word to word meaning? Tatra, in that connection, I am shlokaha. There is this famous verse, Priyavrtam, coming from King Priyavrat, Vamsham, the dynasty, Imam, this, Virajaha, King Viraja, Charama Udbhavaha, the source of 100 sons, headed by Shatajit, Akarot, decorated, Ati Alam, very greatly, Kirtya, by his reputation, Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Suraganam, the demigods, Yatha, just as. There is a famous verse about King Viraja. This is Sukadeva Goswami speaking to Parishit Maharaj. Because of his high qualities and wide fame, King Viraja became the jewel of dynasty of King Priyavrat, just as Lord Vishnu, by his transcendental potency, decorates and blesses the demigods. So comparing the both analogy, Lord Vishnu is like a ornaments of the ornament of all devatas, the jewel among all ornaments. Like Vishnu is like that, and here for Priyavat Maharaj, Viraja is like that. Just like a gold ring is decorated by diamond. We have a gold ring, its on diamond is there, so it's like a shining. So for the dynasty of Priyavrat, Viraja is like that kind of a diamond, Priyavat Maharaj dynasty. Just like Lord Vishnu is like a diamond for all the devatas. Purport. Within a garden, a flowering tree attains a good reputation because of its fragrant flowers. Similarly, if there is a famous man in a family, he is compared to a fragrant flower in a forest. Because of him, an entire family can become famous in history. Because Lord Krishna took birth in the Yadu dynasty, the Yadu dynasty and the Yadavas have remained famous for all time. Because of the King Viraja's appearance, the family of Maharaj Priyavrat has remained famous for all time. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 5th canto, 15th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, the glories of the descendants of King Priyavrata. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's topic of the glories of the descendants of King Priyavrata, the chapter, 15th chapter, 5th canto. So the 5th canto is entitled, or the topic of 5th canto of 10 topics we have seen Srimad Bhagavatam is Sthanam. 2nd, 3rd, 4th cantos describe Sarga and Visarga, primary creation, secondary creation. And the 5th canto is especially about Sthanam. Sthanam means place, position. So the Sthanam, position, all the planetary systems, from tomorrow onwards, we are going through one of the very, very puzzling topics of creation. What are the different planetary systems and what Prabhupada wanted in TOEVP. So that is been described in from 16 till 24 chapters, I think. 24 or 28, I think, 28, 5th canto. So all the creation is especially different planetary systems where all different living entities stay in different positions. Where all they stay is explained here in 5th canto Sthanam. So there is also defined by Sukadeva Goswami Sthanam as Vaikuntha Vijaya. Sthanam is defined as Vaikuntha Vijaya, means everywhere Lord's rule only will happen. Lord is only victorious every place. That means Lord is always glorified everywhere. That's how Sukadeva Goswami also describes many prayers of different lokas. We see many prayers of different Jambuloka, Kishkinda, all these planetary systems, they are glorifying the Supreme Lord in different planetary systems. So that will come further. But that is Vaikuntha Vijaya. Lord's rule only will happen. Lord's only victorious everywhere. Just like government rules only will become victorious everywhere in the city or in the country. So otherwise, if somebody is not aligning to the rules and regulations of state or government, they will put into jail, right? No? Of course, somebody escapes the apparent government of the so-called government. So many people escape so many things. But universal government, no one can escape. No one can escape from the supreme government of the Supreme Lord. No one may escape from the normal governments, from the state government, central government. People will escape even by breaking laws. But so that doesn't apply to supreme government. There are very stringent laws are applying to the supreme government. So no one is spared. So that's how Vaikuntha Vijaya is spoken in the 5th canto, how Lord is in terms of victorious also, at the same time, he is only glorified everywhere. His glories are sung everywhere. So that means bhakti can be practiced any planetary system. So that is the topic of 5th canto, Vaikuntha Vijaya. So in that we are discussing about this Priyavrata Maharaj, dynasty of Priyavrata. In that Bharat Maharaj we discussed. And finally, who are all born in that family, dynasty, whole dynasty is spoken here, because Sukadeva Goswami is repeating the names. They are not just simply names of some dynasty people who are just taken birth and gone. No, they are great Vaishnavas because they are connected to great family lineage. Right? No? So if somebody is coming from great lineage in a village or a town, so then they are known from that family. He is the son of son, such and such daughter, such and such son of that great personality. We identify with the family. So similarly here also, the the King Viraja, and also recently previously we discussed King Gaya. Gaya was also very famous personality, devotee of the Lord. Sukadeva Goswami a little more given emphasis on his description, how Gaya ruled and his kingdom, his qualities, etc. Here is explaining about Viraja. Viraja means, what is meant by Viraja? Viraja is the name of maybe girls, definitely. But Viraja has a special meaning. Viraja, Raja means Sattva Raja, Tamagunas. Viraja, Raja means Tamaguna, passion, mode of passion. Viraja means without mode of passion. So, especially kings are considered to be combination of passion. They are considered in mode of passion, but supported by Sattva-guna. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmanas are in mode of goodness. Everybody is tinged with different modes. Brahmanas are mainly predominantly in mode of goodness. And especially Kshatriyas are in mode of passion, but supported by mode of goodness. And the Vaishyas are generally considered mode of passion, but the background is mode of ignorance. And Shudras are generally considered mode of ignorance. So this is the general classification, but doesn't apply to devotees. But here King Viraja, so name itself is saying Viraja is not in passion, but is more in, because of his qualities and devotion to Krishna and wide fame, the King Viraja became jewel of the dynasty of King Priyavrata. His comparison is given, just like Lord Vishnu is glorified of all the devatas, Viraja is also glorified in his dynasty of Priyavrata. So not much description is given about Viraja, what he did and other things here especially, but he is glorified of his wonderful qualities and his devotion to Krishna. So what Prabhupada, from the purport, what Prabhupada is mentioning is that within a garden, a flowering tree attains a good reputation because of its fragrant flowers. Similarly, if there is a famous man in family, he is compared to a fragrant flower in a forest. Right now, once Prabhupada was given one beautiful flower. So he took the flower and he saw very shining blue color. And then he smelled it. And saw no smell. He threw it away. Flower without substance. Right now. So it has a beauty definitely. But the main quality of the flower is fragrance. Of course, nowadays we see in market so many flowers, but without any substance. Flowers, if you have a garland of flowers, definitely it looks good. 3 days, 4 days also, flowers will stay nowadays. But they don't have any fragrance at all. So that means man without any substance. If a person is there but without substance, that is look like a flower without fragrance. So that's what Prabhupada just threw the flower. Flower without substance, without fragrance. So similarly, you may be a great personality but without qualities. So he doesn't contribute to the reputation of family. So, but here, if a very wonderful fragrant flower is there, so even one flower is there, it can give fragrance to the whole forest. Even one small tree can give fragrance to whole garden. If you have very fragrant, what do you say, jasmine flowers, or what is a night queen flowers. Night queen flower is that they blossom in night. So they spread fragrance in the night so much, whole garden will be full of fragrance, right? So there's some flowers are there. If even one tree is there, it gives whole garden filled with fragrance. So on the other hand, of course, Prabhupada gave here two examples how Krishna is that like a jewel in that family. Yadu dynasty is glorified. Similarly, Viraja also is glorified in his family. Opposite also can happen, right? No? As Chanakya Niti, Prabhupada quotes on Chanakya Niti also sometimes. This is from Chanakya Niti only, the flower and flower garden. So he says that if you have one fragrant flower or a tree which has that fragrant flowers is there, then entire forest will become very glorious. Similarly, one virtuous son brings honor and fragrance to the whole family. Right? Yeah. Any example in history? History in the sense, whatever you know, some. Huh? Prahlad Maharaj, yes. Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. So glorious in the whole dynasty. Actually, Hiranyakashipu was thinking opposite. Are, you are like a kantaka, you are like a thorny tree in the forest of flowers. Hiranyakashipu was saying like that. Are, you are like a thorny tree in our dynasty of fragrant garden. That was Hiranyakashipu's understanding. But for devotional understanding or the Acharya's understanding, he is like he is the main fragrant flower in the whole dynasty of the Asuras. So that's how he is very, very famous, Prahlad Maharaj, in the Asura family, because of his devotion to Krishna. So one virtuous son can bring a great name to the family. Just like Prabhupada, we have great flower in the dynasty, in our parampara system. Prabhupada brought so much of good name. Everyone recognizes how Prabhupada spread the bhakti throughout world. Right? Many Vaishnava Acharyas glorify Prabhupada for his dedication, for his mission, for his devotion, for his sacrifice. Prabhupada is so glorious, right now. All Vaishnava Acharyas, all spiritual circles glorify Prabhupada for his spiritual potency, how he brought, especially to India, name to India. Even Prime Minister glorifies the Srila Prabhupada's name for his dedication and for his. So that's how even one person can bring a great reputation to the family by his devotion, by his dedication. On the other hand, so here Chanakya is saying that on the other hand, just as one dry tree burning in fire can burn down the entire forest, right? Or one wicked son can destroy his entire lineage. So that's how it happens. In Telugu also they say, "Are na karmakali puttavara nuvu maaku," antaru sir. See, because he has he has a lot of impiety. Some son wants, he is bringing bad name to society, bad name to family only. Whole family is being destroyed because a son or daughter becoming a very outrageous or not at all in good qualities, bringing bad name to parents by their activities. So that's how one wicked son or daughter can destroy the entire lineage. So any example for this? Any example in our literatures or in general? Huh? Duryodhan and his party. So, brought a bad name to Kuru dynasty. The Kuru dynasty was a great dynasty, but he was like a wicked person in the dynasty. Any other? Vena. Vena was the one person. Even the king Anga, who was a great devotee, fed up with his son. So he left without telling to anyone. King Anga left the whole kingdom without telling to anyone, just left because of his atrocious activities of King Vena, and he was bringing some bad reputation to the whole dynasty itself. So one person who is like that dry tree which has a fire, it can destroy a whole entire forest. So like that it happens to the whole dynasty also. Because of his activities and qualities, one will bad name to the entire society. Another small verse he mentions about how just as the moon delights the whole night, so one learned saintly son endowed with knowledge and good conduct brings joy and happiness to the entire family. Just like we have many examples nowadays, YouTube, many children are becoming famous for their recitation, talking, right now, many Iskcon devotee sons and children. So how proud family will be, right now, they have wonderful family. The son is so wonderful, reciting and speaking about Krishna. The whole parents and the family, they feel so much proud. That's such a good son. So that's how it is mentioned in this verse. Mainly about the verse is about how one person can bring a great reputation to family, just like King Viraja bringing great name to the family of King Priyavrata. Similarly, opposite also we have seen how a bad son can bring a bad name to our family. So it is mentioned here, their reputation is because of devotion to Krishna. They can bring more reputation because of devotion to Krishna. And especially from spiritual family also we can see. In the spiritual family also, the relationship is also considered like a son and father. Spiritual master and disciple, they are considered like father and son. So just like Prabhupada brought so much name and fame and glory to the parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara, and especially to his spiritual master. So similarly, we should also try to become a good son, especially a good disciple. If a devotee is behaving well, then reputation goes to spiritual master or the person who is training him, right? No? Or if a person is behaving badly, if the disciple is behaving badly or his conduct is not very good up to the mark, then immediately name goes to, he will say, hey, what kind of a person, who is training him, under whom he is, right? People talk like that, just like we talk when a person is doing all kinds of bad activities in society, then immediately we'll ask, hey, whose son is this? Whose family is coming from? So because the family is identified with the son is identified with the family, so reputation goes to family. So similarly, we also need to conduct, especially when we are connected to particular sampradaya, when we wear tilak, kantimala, bead bag, people identify immediately with Iskcon. So how we behave, how we talk, how we behave, how we conduct ourselves in societies brings a name to Prabhupada, right now. So people immediately identify with, Are, these people are behaving like this. What kind of people are this? So one time it happened that Prabhupada was getting down from airplane, and behind him his sannyasi disciple was getting down. And because Prabhupada generally used to walk a little faster, and this disciple is hurrying up because he has luggage and other things. He's hurrying up and getting towards Prabhupada, and meanwhile he was just crossed one lady. So in crossing, he just brushed her with his luggage and all. Lot of luggage is there. As a servant, he has luggage now. Just brushed her and just went ahead. Then she immediately commented, hey, what kind of behavior you have? What kind of conduct? Yeah. Immediately it struck him because he is in different robes now. He was not in normal dress of like a pant, shirt, etc. But he was wearing some saffron, etc. Hey, how you people also behave like this? That kind of a tone came out of her. So that made her very much conscious of, hi, we should be little more cautious when we are doing certain things externally. Right now, we should be more cautious. That's what he was mentioning. I should have been more gentle or more cautious when I am just trying to cross. So that kind of people will try to expect certain standards when we are wearing certain symbols. Tilak, kantimala, dhoti kurta. People have some expectation how we should behave, how we should talk, how we should deal. Of course, I mean, generally they expect if we are being cheated, then definitely we should take action. If we are being cheated, or if we are taken lightly, or people are taking undue advantage of the dress, etc., people may try to cheat. But definitely we need to take action in that aspect. But in general, people expect some standards. So we should always be cautious where we are and how we are speaking, how we are talking, how we are acting. So that we always keep up the standards and reputation name of Srila Prabhupada. Especially during book distribution marathon, everybody has different ways of approaching people, talking to people, inspire people to take books. Initially, Prabhupada, they were doing many things to distribute books, even during Prabhupada times. So taking the advantage of, Prabhupada mentioned once, by hook or crook, distribute books. That was a slogan. So they were doing many things. So, but Prabhupada was not at all pleased with certain things. When they are cheating people, or when they are taking, if they are giving 1,000 rupees or $100, they are not giving change only, return back. You are supposed to return back now after taking your book. Supposed to return whatever amount you should take, and they are saying, it's a donation for us. They used to carry on. No, this is cannot be ideal standard, right now. If a person is giving 1,000 rupees, after taking your 250 or 350, whatever book rate, you should give the return. We consider as a humble donation from your side. You cannot say like that. And if a person is giving out of voluntary gesture, we can take. Oh, thank you so much for your donation. We should not say like that. So these are all not very good ways of getting good name to society. So finally, we should bring a good name, good gestures from other people. Especially when we are distributing books, going outside, Harinam, etc., distributing prasad. So that's how people will identify. They will have good impression. They will appreciate the moment. That appreciation only starts their bhakti, sukruti. Appreciation only brings the bhakti sukruti. That's how it starts in general. So if you have a very wrong conduct, then they will have wrong impressions, which make them averse towards coming to temple also. Right? If we have any kind of conduct, then people will not even turn up to come to temple. If we are quarreling, or if we are trying to cheat people, they will not, what kind of people, I will not go only to temple. So that kind of behavior or impression should not be brought to society. So that's what we are trying to learn from this verse. As just like King Viraja is glorified in his Dynasty of Priyavrata, just like Lord Vishnu is decorating the demigods, similarly, as disciples or as followers of Srila Prabhupada and Iskcon, we should keep up to the standards, our conduct, our behavior, our gestures. That's what Prabhupada, we will just read this one statement and we will pause here. Prabhupada writes in his Bhagavad Gita, symptoms of a devotee. In Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna asked, what are the symptoms of a Chittaprajna? In that purport, Prabhupada brings out, what does that mean, a Krishna conscious personality? What are the symptoms of a Krishna conscious personality? So Prabhupada, the whole purport is based on that symptoms. So he says, what is the prime symptom of a Krishna conscious person? He says in the starting of the purport, as there are symptoms for each and every man in terms of his particular situation, similarly one who is Krishna conscious has his own particular nature, talking, walking, thinking, feeling. So Prabhupada is mentioning all these aspects, how a Krishna conscious person has to think, feel, walk and talk. There are symptoms are there. He gives examples. Just like a rich man has symptoms, wearing gold, big car, big luxury, etc., etc. And a diseased man has his own symptoms, weak, frail, not talking, unable to walk, very morose. So these are all symptoms of a diseased person. Similarly, a man in transcendental consciousness of Krishna has specific symptoms in various dealings. So what is the main symptom? The most important is how the man in Krishna consciousness speaks. For speech is most important quality of any man. So how we speak to others is very important, as Prabhupada is mentioning here. This is the most important symptom of a Krishna conscious person. So a fool cannot be identified unless he speaks. But as soon as he speaks, he reveals himself at once. So the immediate symptom of a Krishna conscious man is that he speaks only of Krishna and of matters relating to him. So other symptoms will follow. So how we speak, vacho vegam. So austerities of speech is spoken by Krishna in 17th chapter. Anudveka karam vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat. What else? Satyam priyam chayat. Swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapavachyate. Swadhyaya abhyasanam. So all these are austerities of speech we need to exercise. So anudvegakaram vakyam, we should not agitate others, we should not talk in agitating way. That is the first symptom. Of course, a teacher can speak, teacher should speak also if it is necessary to correct the student. It may be agitating the student, it may be for correction of the child. Mother has to speak some harsh words, a teacher has to speak, a king has to punish the citizen if he is not behaving in the right way. But generally is seen that one should not talk in agitating way. That is the main symptom of speech. Anudvekakaram vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat. Of all the qualities mentioned in this verse, hitam is the main focus. Hitam is like a jewel of all the other things mentioned in this verse. We are seeking the hitam, benefit of the person, other things should follow. If it is benefiting the student, one should speak agitating way or disturbing way. One statement, last statement we will try to discuss and we will pause here. That Krishna consciousness means what? Yeah, those who are comfort, you make them discomfort or agitate them, those who are comfort. And those who are agitated, make them comfortable. Outside people are those who are very, very cozy in their own material comforts. We should go and agitate them, shake them. Please sir, wake up sleeping soul, wake up. So we agitate them. And those who are agitated, we are suffering, please save us. Then we comfort, don't worry. This is the material nature. This is our material nature. Please come, chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just chant and be happy. So we tell them, those who are agitated, those who are disturbed, those who are uncomfortable, we comfort them. So that's how has to Krishna conscious principle is that one. Agitate those who are in comfortable position, cozy position especially, and comfort those who are agitated by material suffering. So that is the main symptom of Krishna conscious person. He speaks for hitam is the main focus of that verse, of all the qualities. Okay, so we pause here for today. It's already 9:05. If you have any question, comments, we can please, we can discuss personally. So, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.